Warning, this podcast contains spoilers.
And time travel.
And time travel. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the S11 podcast for Supernatural, Season 11, Episode 14, The Vessel. I'm your host, Mike, and joining me are Dom.
I'm a vessel.
And Kim.
Hi.
Hi. So,
What a clever pun this title is.
oh, what a lovely double entendre, as they would say.
Aww.
Play on words there. So, more time travel.
I love time travel.
We haven't had it in quite a long time. But,
Last episode we had time travel in was when they tried to not sink the Titanic.
was that?
I couldn't even remember the episode. That was like in my brain. Like when I watched, I'm like, I don't
I'm
remember
pretty
it.
sure that was.
Huh. That wasn't even Sam and Dean.
That was the trickster.
No, that was Balthazar.
Balthazar?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm pretty sure that was the last episode. I could be wrong. There may have been like a minor one between then. But the last one that stood out for me anyway was the one where they tried to kill that stupid Celine Dion song.
Mm-hmm. Who the hell's Celine Dion? Oh my god. So, Nazis, which I'm surprised we don't get more of as being the villain in this show, with all the craziness they did. Apparently this one guy is looking for an object, a weapon for the Führer to win the war single-handedly. But yay for the women of letters, or the woman of letters, or who the hell is...
Woman of letters, I guess.
Yes.
Though I thought that was women were very few and far between. So this is only like the second woman that we've really known. And obviously the first one was a demon, but that's beside the point.
She was more like the secretary for the woman in letters. This one actually seemed to be like an actual member.
Who actually knew what the hell she was doing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, she's more of a. I think she was more of like she wasn't. She was support kind of. She was support, but she was more of a She's like a spy. She was a French spy.
Mm-hmm. French resistance, something like that.
Yeah.
So, kills her Nazi man, like, brutally, and steals the object. So, apparently this object is a hand of God, or an object that God himself has touched.
The Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah, a piece of the Ark of the Covenant.
Was that was what they confirmed this as being?
It was a piece of the Ark of the Covenant.
Okay, there we go.
Because if you remember back in it was either season 4 or season 6. I don't remember now. I think I'm gonna go with 6. That Sam, when Castiel was not answering.
Well, yeah, because Sam
pretended that they found the Ark of the Covenant, and then when Cass came, he's like, that was shattered. That was destroyed. So this was one of the remaining fragments. This is the only known one that survived that. So there may be other fragments.
All right, then. So the whole thing is time travel, which Dean recommends to Cass, but Sam actually thinks for 2 seconds, like, Cass doesn't have his wings. He can't even teleport. How is he going to send us back in time?
And it was Lucifer's going, okay, how do I make this not sound like, yeah, we're okay.
Shit.
I can do this.
All right, it's okay. It's a totally different process. I got it. No, we got it. I just love that after, Dean's on the ship, like, Cass. And, like, how many minutes later we see Cass walk into the bunker completely drenched.
He's like, I missed the deck.
It's like...
He's so not happy about that.
I just bounced right off.
I bounced right off the deck. But that's because, as Dean sees when he's hiding under the bunk, or the torpedo rack, which is being used as a bunk, was some kind of warding against what we would assume is angels, because Lucifer bounced right the hell off. So now Dean, stuck in a submarine in 1940-something.
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Mm-hmm. Actually, it was surfaced at the time.
Well, it dove.
Mm-hmm. So I have a question. Did you recognize the sound effects to what Lucifer was playing on the iPad?
No.
Because
It
I didn't
sounded
either.
like Angry Birds.
Oh, maybe it was Angry Birds. Okay.
No, it definitely wasn't Angry Birds. I've played
Good
my fair
thing.
share of Angry Birds. It was not Angry Birds. I was
Uh,
thinking like Bejeweled, maybe.
oh,
Oh,
maybe
all right.
the jinging was like doo doo.
Yeah.
That's possible. So he's just sitting there while all the other demons are milling about, like, do we do something? Like, what the hell's going on here? He took over and he's not, like, telling us what to do. I'll say, so hell is ruled by Lucifer and his pet doggy being Crowley, who is chained up in the most hilarious outfit.
Yeah.
No, that is not the most hilarious outfit. Like they could have put him. What was that TV show where uh the Hobbit guy was in a dog costume?
The Hobbit guy was in the dog
Oh,
costume.
the show with Elijah Wood with a
Yes,
guy in the dog
Oh,
costume.
shit.
that would have been a better costume for Crowley.
Yeah, that would have been pretty hilarious.
Just something like that.
Well, what
Or
was
put
he?
him in like a Pluto T-shirt from Disney or something. You know, anything.
What was he wearing? A Hawaiian shirt and khaki shorts,
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
something?
I didn't catch the T-shirt though. The T-shirt had a logo on it. I didn't quite catch what it was, and clearly a spiked dog collar as well.
And a
Yeah.
spiked dog collar. Uh, that's just
How are
lovely.
your wounds?
And then you like petted him like he was a dog.
Petting him like a dog. But Crowley kind of calls Lucifer out on his bullshit. Like, if you thought you could beat Amara right now, you'd be doing it. You would be out there, taking the fight to her. And, he admits it was more of a team effort than I led people to believe. Which, yeah, obviously.
He would have done it by now.
Not exactly. He would have done it by now. So, I mean, I liked Dean's point with this. There's no real danger of corrupting the timeline, which Sam was all up in arms about, because you're on a submarine that's going to sink anyway. Who the hell are they going to tell?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. But, yeah, his whole plan didn't really go over too well, because he's on knock out a sailor, steal his clothes, blend in. What happens when the guy wakes up?
Wilfred.
Wilfred was the show.
Oh.
Elijah Wood was in Wilfred.
I watched like a couple episodes, and I don't know why I didn't finish watching it because it was actually a decent show.
Yeah, it was a great show.
Yeah, it was.
Sorry, brain would not rest until I knew.
Oh my god. So, the whole time, like, I don't know, I'm trying to find stuff to talk about here. It was a very straightforward to the point episode, which has been a lot of them lately.
Well, why did Dean feel so bad about what happened?
It changed him. You could definitely see in his face that I think what it was more or less than anything. I mean, these people were like straightforward. We're sacrificing ourselves. They didn't even question their loyalty whatsoever, and they, like the kid that he was talking to, and he was asking all those questions because he didn't believe him at first, and he's giving him all the, it was like they had this like weird connection. He had connection with him and connection with the girl. I can't remember her name right now.
Delphine.
Yeah, Delphine.
I mean, yeah, like he was physically present, so yeah, that's gonna wear on him a little bit more. But it seemed like it hit him really hard out of nowhere.
I think it was the dedication to sacrificing. I think
Mm-hmm.
it was she's it. She never questioned I'm sacrificing myself. She knew from the moment he said, take out all of the things so we can get back on and get out of here and protect the world, that she chose protecting over everything. She's like, okay, let me go do this, knowing well aware that the last one was on her chest, that she was going to die no matter what.
Trust the random dude from the future.
Marty McFly.
Flash Gordon.
Marty McFly.
Okay.
Which, ironically enough, Elijah Wood was one of the kids in Back to the Future too. He was the one. Remember when he went into the bar and he's like, gunslinger, whatever.
Yeah.
Elijah Wood was one of those kids that was like, you play with your hands? That's such a baby's toy. Like Elijah Wood was one of those kids at that machine. Just coming back full circle now to
Is
Elijah
it one of
Wood.
those? What is it? 6 things to Elijah Wood or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess that's what this episode is going to be.
7 degrees of Elijah Wood.
7 degrees of Elijah Wood. Alrighty then. But yeah, like, I mean, here's the random guy from the future. I mean, the one guy questioning Dean about all these events, like, who won the 1945 World Series? Like, I mean, think about it. Dean didn't say what year he was from, first off. So the future could have been the 50s for all this guy knew. But I mean, if he had said, I'm from 2015 or 2016.
Well, no, hold on. He found the quarter. It said 1999 on it.
Yeah.
So he knew he was from at least that far ahead.
Like, this guy would have thought, that's what I would have brought up. Like, yeah, you're from the future. It's like, dude, I tricked you in a quarter from the 1990s.
Yeah.
And, like, see what he would have said there, because...
I think the guy realized it, because he looks at the year, and the first thing he says out of his mouth is 1990, and then he gets hit.
Mm-hmm.
So we know, I think he said 99. So, like, he already had that. That was suspicious. And then Dean starts rattling off all this future stuff. But the thing is, the average person, there's exceptions. Mike's probably one of the exceptions. Half who was the president? Mike could probably name what president it was during that time period. But even if you knew all the presidents, you don't necessarily know which one was in that year term. You know?
Anybody who passed high school history knows who it is, whether they can actively recall it at that moment. But
right,
yeah,
no,
I got you.
I'm saying you know the name. Like,
Harry Truman.
you could just start listing off presidents and, like, what, but you're not going to know the years that they served their term. That's my point. That's my point.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
The average person.
I get the problem is though, like, for instance, in those cases when I'm put on the spot, my brain goes.
And I think that's most people. I think.
Like, I know, like, history is my thing, so it's not like it isn't in my brain somewhere. It's just, hey, you do this, and you're like staring at the person's finger, going,
Who was the president? Who was the president during 1945? Who's the next president? Lincoln. Wait, no.
just name some random.
Name a president. James Buchanan.
And they go, what?
No, what?
Fillmore.
We just keep going back. We're going further back here. Oh my god. So, Germans are gonna sink. So, apparently...
Why did I just, like, sing that in my head as a Taylor Swift lyric?
What?
Germans gonna sink, 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 sink.
So the Germans are going to blow up the submarine. And I'm curious as to what was up with these, Nazis on that destroyer, because it was the guy that Delphine jabbed through the neck and then the chest and murdered. And as he's put it, burned the body. So, and he says, I believe you'll find this entire boat is filled with people with extraordinary abilities. Were they super Nazis or were they like creatures?
They were super not. Well, they're creatures. Extra abilities. I mean, obviously, she stabbed him in the neck and in the chest, and he didn't die. And he's like, "You have to burn my body." So, and we knew that when we went back, in the past before, when it came to the first when we do the Knights of the Devil, whatever, all the demon shit that we were doing before. With the Nazis, is that they were super enhanced then too. So that was what they were doing. They were demons.
Yeah, because I mean we've seen them before when they were playing with the golem, and stuff like that. That was just straight flashback, so that wasn't necessarily time travel. But we've seen that they've been toying with that kind of stuff all along. And see the kind of time travel that the show deals with, you can change events here because.
Yeah.
Clearly, because bringing up the Titanic episode, they were trying to erase the song from, My Heart Will Go On from history.
He was trying to unsink the Titanic so those people would live and make babies and create more souls for Cass's war effort.
Right. So you clearly can alter time in this, but, the this kind of goes back to, see, if I remember correctly, wasn't the cult left in the past?
Yeah, they came up with it's stuck in some kind of time paradox loop thing.
Yeah. So the cult is caught in a loop. So we saw that was changed already, and then like the way the ship goes, it really doesn't alter the timeline at all. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yes, it brings the one object in, and um, was this, did it always have the missing, like, did it always sink the German ship? Like, is that how the history went the first time around when Sam read it?
We don't know.
Yeah. Well, no, they disappeared. It looks like, because that's when they were talking about it before, is that they never found. They found the other ship. What we
The
find at the end, the
They
German
found the
one.
Nazi ship.
And
Yeah.
that's what they. Yeah, but we don't
But
know
they
if.
never the submarine disappeared.
Right. So now, when Dean came through, he said that when he asked Sam about it, he said, "Oh yeah, it had a hole in the top
That
of
was the
the
German
ship or
ship.
whatever."
Yeah, it blew
No,
up. Yeah.
German
there was a
ship.
hole in both of them. He said.
No.
So
No,
now
Still,
it was
they
just the
still,
Ger-
no.
He
It's
didn't
just the
mention
German
the
ship.
submarine.
They still could not find the submarine. The submarine is still missing.
The submarine was still missing, but he's like, what happened to the German ship? Is like, did they find that? And he goes, yeah, they found it. It had a hole in it. Something got to the fuel tanks and blew them up,
yeah,
and
no,
the ship burned.
I
But
thought
they
he
did
said that,
find it.
I thought he said that they found the sub too.
No.
No,
The sub was sank at the bottom of the ocean, and the German ship had a big hole in the side.
he
No.
didn't mention the sub the second time around.
All right.
So, to get Dean out of there and save them from imminent doom, uh, Delphine decides to unwrap the hunk of wood and use the power of God.
Hunk of wood.
The hunk of wood. Which,
The Ark of the Covenant is a hunk of wood.
well, that's what it was. It was a hunk of wood. Like, what she was holding was a splintered hunk of broken wood that has aged.
We're going full Raiders, right?
Yes, we're going full
Yes.
rate. Nobody's face is melted off. Let's just get that straight.
I don't know. Who knows after all of the
Yeah,
Hers very well might have been.
if the
Super-
Dean popped out of there.
glowing eyes. All I could think of was the TARDIS. When
Yeah. So Dean gets pulled back. I'm sorry, let's mention the fact that Sam finds a spell that will scrub all warding off of an object. But it's never been used, and he looks through the ingredients and realizes because you need the power of an archangel to activate it. So Sam's like, give up. Cass is like, let's try it anyway.
just wait a second.
So Cass, big air quotes, let's try it anyway. Come on, what's the worst that could happen? So Sam offers up his soul, like, when this happened with Bobby, you touched his soul to empower yourself to pull it out. And then Lucifer just drops the act, like, well, I don't need you anymore. Like, why am I trying to spare you?
It's like,
So
damn it.
I'm going to paint the room with your guts, and then I'll tell Dean that you knew the risks and there was no telling you no. Yeah.
And Cass saves the day.
Cass does save the day, somewhat trying to resist Lucifer's control. So Dean gets back. That's not Cass. Finds out the hunk of wood is spent. There's no more power left in it. And then Sam, writes a sigil on the wall and banishes Lucifer for the brief. Sends him packing wherever the fuck it sends angels when they do that. So now apparently the new plan is hunt down Lucifer and save Castiel.
Mm-hmm.
Like, forget about Amara. Let's just hunt down Lucifer and save Cass.
I don't know if it's gonna be that switch change.
Well,
I think it's
that's the impression Dean gave at the end of the episode, but I agree. I don't think it's going to be that on-off switch.
I just actually rewatched that last scene really quick, and the reason why I was confused is I missed one word, and Sam said, "Unlike the sub, the German ship was found." So I missed the word "unlike" when I said,
okay.
and I heard the sub was found.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I knew the sub was mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why. But yeah.
So now they know that Lucifer is in Cass, which we predicted it wouldn't be long before they figured that out.
Yeah, because I definitely didn't think Lucifer could keep up the act without going, you know what? I'm done. You guys are dumb.
Well, that's what he's at that point. That's what he said to Sam. He's like, why am I even bothering?
He's like, this is excruciating. Pretending that I'm your friend hurts.
Working with you hurts. Like it is mentally anguishing. It sucks.
He's like, I hate acting like Cass and his resting bitch face.
It's pretty much that. But
Misha's gonna have to have so much fun playing Lucifer.
well,
Because he plays Cass, and I'm sure that's fun for him, but the same thing, day in, day out. Especially since they've taken so much of his depth away by, like, taking away Cass's, like, knowledge of, or lack of knowledge of, certain things, and it's just like, okay, well, he understands a lot of references now. He doesn't get to play, like, that very innocent kind of character anymore. He's a lot more serious now.
right, they gave him, yeah.
Sad. Because that was fun when he went through the whole process where he's all like weird and loopy and just crazy.
If that
I
man
liked
truly
that
loves
Cass.
that woman, if that pizza man truly loves her, why is he spanking her?
Yeah.
Did she do something wrong?
I miss that kind of stuff with Cass.
I do.
But having
Agreed.
Misha play, Castiel and Lucifer now, and even Lucifer as Castiel is just even more of a depth to that character because it sounds like Cass. It's got the Cass connotation to it, but it's more Lucifer pretending to be Cass than it's Misha playing Cass. So it's great. He's doing a great job with it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Misha is amazing.
Like, and at that one point when Cass just starts cackling maniacally in front of Sam, like, really, you didn't put it together that that's not Cass? When has Cass ever laughed like that?
Right.
Except for that time when he lost his fucking mind.
And I know when Misha first took on the role, Mike was so impressed by it that he thought that Mark Pellegrino was still voicing.
But for that,
Castiel.
for the 30 seconds when it first happened, I was like, wow, cool. But the way he was doing it, I'm like listening, and there's all stuff going on in the background. The furnace is on. And I hear stuff from across the room. I'm like, did they dub Mark Pellegrino's voice over Misha? Like, what the fuck is going on here?
It's just Misha being really good at playing Cass. That's what it comes to, or
Yeah.
Lucifer rather. That's what it comes down to. So it's phenomenal.
So, yeah, I love it too. The next episode looks like it's going to be funny. But before we get to that, is there anything we forgot to mention this episode? They've been keeping them concise, very few tangents.
I'm still enjoying every little bit of the Men in Letters that we get.
We've said it, probably a dozen times now. That could easily be its own spin-off series.
And they even just mentioned that there very well could have been other branches. Like what would they say? A French branch?
Yeah.
He's like, well, maybe it wasn't. Like they don't have a lot of information on it. So they don't even know. There could be other branches out there. There could be other bunkers out there. There could be more stuff that we don't know about them. Well, obviously there's more stuff we don't know about them.
I'm sure there is, but it seems like that the bunker they're in is like their main bunker, and then it's just all the bunker. There could be smaller bunkers or something. But I mean, yeah, it really could. There could be all kinds of stuff. Because we know very little.
It's the main bunker of whatever chapter they're in, but who's to say there's not a bigger chapter out there that has more stuff, that knows more, and has archives of other bunkers like theirs that have different information in them.
Oh, true. And there could actually, because remember, the big thing about there's not not any more Men of Letters, but maybe there is out there somewhere, and we just don't know.
It's possible. It would be cool. So
I'm also waiting to see Dean, like this episode. Like obviously, like we said, Dean was affected.
Yeah.
When is that going to come back around?
Probably soon. I don't know if it's next episode, but it's going to be soon. Anyway.
So, we could find out that there's a branch called Hommes and Lettres, or Lettres in France. Like, that's Men of Letters in French. Because I can totally speak French.
Yes,
look that up, didn't you?
You could totally read it off of Google Translate very well.
That's all like you just, yeah.
It's like omelette. It's a omelette. There, speak French. Boom.
Omelette du fromage.
No.
Cheese omelet?
It's
Cheese
HOMMES as a word. Then EN
I
as
don't know
a
how to
word.
speak French.
And then LETTRES as a word. Which all of that monstrous stuff is just pronounced omelette. That's it.
And this is why I
the
can't
French
speak
language.
French. Anyway, next episode is called Beyond the Mat.
Oh, WWF? That was the name of a WWF, like, behind-the-scenes movie documentary.
Well, next episode has to deal with wrestling.
Ooh, perfect.
Dean sees an obituary notice for a wrestler he and Sam used to watch when they were kids. Deciding they need a break from tracking the darkness, the brothers decide to attend the funeral to pay respects. The funeral is full of wrestlers, including Sean Harley, a hotshot new wrestler with a fiery temper who pushes everyone's buttons, and veteran wrestler Gunnar Lawless. Sam and Dean attend the next match to relive one of their fondest childhood memories, but when another wrestler turns up dead, playtime quickly turns to work. And if you watch the promo, it has Dean fangirling over wrestlers.
Oh, very much
Which-
so.
It's totally him.
So, I recognize one of the guest stars as The Miz, who is an actual WWF wrestler.
Yes.
The other guest star is Alex Ponalkovic, and Kim will recognize him as the big brute force bouncer type dude in iZombie.
Oh! Okay, I know exactly who you're talking about. Yeah.
All right,
So-
there you go.
Yeah. So that's just more proof that the CW likes to spread their talent around between shows.
And not mentioned in the synopsis, but seen in the promo, is Lucifer beating the crap out of Crowley, for whatever reason.
Excellent.
All right, so if nothing else, I believe that's our show.
Okay.
Okay, no one said anything, so that's that. Kim, where can they find you?
You can find me on the Twitters at HUFFITY, PUFFITY.
How about Dom?
You can find me down below at Phenomenon. PHENOMEDOM.
You can find me here on Twitter at Philodrin, right there.
He cut you off, Pete. You can't finish the song.
You can find all of us on Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, Google+, MySpace, and YouTube at ASOTV Podcast. You can follow us there for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows, movies, and games. Thank you all for watching.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Ultim Decani.
Cultum Decani, worshippers of Dean.
Thank you, Draven.
Thank you, Draven.